Dramatic rescues after a catastrophic water main break in Calgary.
I'm a Calgarian just like everybody else. It is extremely frustrating to see this happen to our city again.
Rushing to repair a rupture on the same line that burst last year as residents contend with renewed water restrictions. Plus, Alberta's environment minister's surprise resignation.
Well, the fact that she's moving out of cabinet suggests the possibility of at least election preparedness.
Rebecca Schultz announces her departure from the UCP. And saying bye to 2025 with a bang.
Between 15 and 17,000 people.
Calgarians get set to ring in the new year.
Midnight, midnight, midnight.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Terry Fikowski.
Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. Calgarians are entering the new year with a renewed round of water restrictions in place following a catastrophic water main break in the city's northwest. It's an unwelcome deja vu as crews rush to repair a rupture on the same feeder main that burst last summer. It happened around 8 o'clock last night along the Trans-Canada Highway between the Sarcee Trail interchange and Home Road. Rushing water caught drivers off guard, one describing to CTV News hearing a large crack before their car was catapulted into the air from water. Firefighters rescued 13 people from their vehicles, some scrambling onto their roofs as water rushed in. Luckily, nobody was hurt. Now we have team coverage on this story tonight. Tim Brooke has been speaking to residents and businesses impacted, but we start with Jacqueline Wilson, who has the latest on the feeder main break. Jackie, what's the situation looking like now?
Terry, so right now behind me, the Trans-Canada Highway, it is closed in both directions, and you can likely see and certainly hear the construction that is happening as well. Dozens of people are working away right now trying to dig up that water main in order to further assess it and then determine exactly what happened last night. Now that the gushing water has been shut off to this site, an assessment of the water main is underway.
This is a catastrophic break along the same feeder main that broke in June 2024, on which we made a series of repairs.
This section of broken pipe was installed in 1975 and carries about 60% of Calgary's water. The city says it was being monitored and all systems were working normally.
We have to fix the pipe, and until we completely replace the pipe, this is a ticking time bomb that Calgarians will continue to live with.
One University of Calgary engineering associate professor says a lack of proper funding is causing major issues.
If you look over the last 50, 60 years, we've seen a decline in the amount of funding that's been allocated to municipalities for infrastructure from the federal and provincial governments, and that's across the board. What we need is a major infusion of federal and provincial dollars into our core infrastructure.
There is a boil water advisory for those who live in nearby Parkdale, Montgomery, Point McKay, and West Hillhurst. Even though some additional water is coming from the Glenmore treatment plant, Calgarians are being asked to follow Stage 4 water restrictions.
This means that outdoor water use, such as flooding rinks, snowmaking, or other large outdoor water use is currently prohibited in the city. Indoor facilities, such as pools, rinks, and recreation facilities are advised to implement their water reduction plans.
Surrounding cities like Airdrie, Chestermere, Strathmore, and Sutina are also being asked to conserve water.
Please limit your showers to 3 minutes. Flush toilets only when necessary. Run dishwashers and washing machines only when they're full.
Now, the city says they aren't exactly sure when the water restrictions, the boil water advisory, as well as these repairs are going to be completed. But I can say that by comparison, in that break in 2024, it took months to make those repairs. We also aren't sure yet when we're going to get an update from the city, but they did say today at the news conference to expect another update in the following days. Terry?
Thank you, Jackie. Now, Tim Brooke has been speaking to residents and businesses in the area. Tim, how are they reacting to another feeder main break?
Well, Terry, as you can imagine, this break is bringing up a lot of bad memories for a lot of Calgarians, especially those who live in nearby communities to where I'm standing tonight. Now, as you just heard there, everyone in the city is now being asked to reduce water, but 3,100 homes and about 100 businesses are also being put under a boil water advisory. A lot of people we chatted with today say it just feels like deja vu. Drivers caught in the Tuesday night mayhem say they're happy to be out in one piece.
And it just kind of exploded, And as soon as it happened, we didn't really know what was happening in front of us. We just saw this like massive water spout. The low point behind under the train bridge was like, I want to say 15 feet of water within 2 minutes.
Many now heading into the new year with a new vehicle insurance claim and the fear this could happen yet again.
It's really, really scary because you could just be driving and a water main might just blow up in your face and then pavements flying everywhere. I'm just happy nobody was hurt.
As the sun rose Wednesday and the road slowly drained, Northwest Calgary shoppers still prepared for the worst.
I filled up pots right away, and we had bottled water in the garage from last time it happened. But yeah, we're just making sure that everything's okay.
I just hope that they can get it figured out, get it rolling, close it up, fix it up, whatever they need to do.
They're not quite at 2024 levels, but water restrictions are back. Indoor facilities have to reduce their usage, and all Calgarians are being asked to take short showers, flush only when necessary, and cut down on the number of dishwasher and laundry loads. A boil water advisory is in effect near the break.
About 17 minutes after the water main broke last night is when I started getting phone calls.
This water service company is already in high demand. Its trailer can handle 24,000 gallons of water, enough to keep a nearby grocer open.
That should get them pretty much the full day. Yeah. And then we'll have truckers come out here at the end of the night and fill them up again. If it is a high supply, we are only a phone call away.
All Calgarians no doubt hoping it'll be a quick fix. But as of now, there's no guess from the city as to how long the restrictions will be needed. Tim Brook, CTV News, Calgary.
Here's a look back at what happened during the last major break on the Bearspaw South Feeder Main. On June 5th, 2024, the pipe burst near 16th Avenue in Montgomery, causing flooding. A state of emergency was declared and citywide water restrictions lasted through the summer. Bowness was under a boil water advisory. Several nearby businesses were forced to close. A large diameter pipe was shipped in from San Diego as part of the repairs, which lasted for weeks. An independent engineering report found 3 factors that caused the burst: tiny cracks to the outer layer of some pipes, corrosion and reinforcement wires underneath that, and high chlorine in the surrounding soil from years of salt used on the roads. The repair cost was estimated between $35 and $45 million. The mayor is vowing accountability and to ensure this is the last time we deal with something like this. Jeremy Farkas joins me now from City Hall. Thank you for taking the time, Mayor.
Well, thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much to Calgarians who have been patient with us, giving crews the needed time to be able to get in and out of the space as we perform the assessments, as well as thank you to our amazing first responders who conducted at least 13 live rescues all through the night. Just came here back to City Hall after Emergency Operations Center and still receiving a lot of information in real time.
Now, we know the feeder main needs to be replaced. A report on the last break heads to council in January, and I'm sure council will be taking a look at that. But all of that takes time. So what is your message to business owners and residents, especially those in the directed impacted communities who are dealing with this all over again?
Well, the status quo isn't good enough. It's not good enough for City Council. It's not good enough for Calgarians. And it may take time, but it needs to be sooner than that. So Calgarians need to see this report. City Council needs to see this report. And any concerns around secrecy really need to be abated. Calgarians need to know the hard facts of what we're up against. In the medium term, we need to completely construct a brand new parallel line. In the short term, we're going to be doing the work to be able to patch this up. So we're going to require short, medium, and long-term actions, all of which will require us to pull together as a community. Right now, we're advising Calgarians that there's about 3,100 dwellings that are under a boil water advisory. Please make sure to go to calgary.ca to find that information out. As well as in the short term, let's all do our part to see what we can do to voluntarily reduce our water consumption to be able to support those teams that are out there working in the trenches literally to get this fixed for us.
Well, I know this isn't how you wanted to start New Year's or many Calgarians, but we do appreciate you taking the time for us tonight. Thank you, Mayor.
Well, I'm very grateful, and this is the job. We've got this handled. We have this in hand. We've abated, or we've dealt with the immediate emergency situation. We've conducted the rescues. There's been no loss of life, no injuries, thanks to our first responders, and we're going to be working throughout the clock to make sure that this happens, and we're going to continue to engage Calgarians and let them know the information as it comes.
Okay, that's Calgary's Mayor Jeremy Farkas joining us tonight from City Hall. The city says despite the feeder main break, New Year's Eve celebrations are going ahead. This year, events are happening at Eau Claire Plaza. Tyson Fedor has more on what's being planned.
Setup of New Year's Eve festivities had staff busy Wednesday as Eau Claire Plaza transformed into the new home for the city's New Year's fun.
This was created with events in mind, so that's why you have really different pockets of spaces to be in. Where we're standing right now is sort of the main market space where we have food trucks and vendors and stuff. So I think it's going to be a beautiful place to have lots of different events.
Officials expect between 15 and 17,000 people to ring in the new year along the Bow River.
We will be having local food trucks down here. We've got lots of lovely fire pits to cozy up to. We have activities for family and friends to play. The Lagoon skating rink will have extended hours this evening to skate to your heart's content.
And that skating rink was busy all afternoon. Festivities will kick off at the plaza around 8 o'clock. Some people plan to take the night easy and enjoy quality family time.
I'm going to spend it with my 5 beautiful grandchildren. This is one from Tucson, Arizona. Just kind of walking around, looking at the sights, and not a drop to drink.
Kind of a little family time. We're skate this afternoon, go out for dinner, and then we're just going to go to a movie.
While Ben Ashworth and Sarah Kelly are visiting Calgary from Boston, they plan to experience all the city has to offer.
Tonight we're, might hit up the casino a little bit and head to the Flames game. Get a nice dinner and go Flame.
The fireworks show will last around 8 minutes, starting at midnight from Princess Island Park. If you can't make the show, the city has you covered with a live stream of the spectacle. But it's the turn of the calendar that has some young Calgarians eager to bring in 2026.
We stay up till 12 o'clock!
Tyson joins us live from Eau Claire Plaza. Tyson, despite transit being free in previous years, that's not the case tonight.
Well, Terry, the city was unable to find a corporate sponsorship to offer that free transit like it has done in the last 2 years, so that won't happen this evening. Now, if you do plan to take the bus anywhere throughout the city this evening, 3 a.m. is when the last bus will be taking place. 4 o'clock for all C trains, so you have until 4 o'clock in the morning to get home. Now, anyone who's struggling with parking in the downtown, that's okay. You can head up to the Max Bell Center or the Jubilee Auditorium. There will be shuttles to make your way downtown from there if you're looking to take in the festivities this evening. As for road closures, there won't be many, but there will be some. Memorial Drive between 10th and 4th Street will be closed starting after 9 o'clock this evening. That's to accommodate the thousands of people coming downtown to take in the festivities and those fireworks at midnight. And if you are looking to watch those fireworks up in Rosedale or Crescent Heights, you will not be able to access those communities. That will be for residents only. Terry?
Okay, a lot of fun. Thanks so much for this, Tyson. Let's bring in Gina for our first look at the forecast. And I mean, looking pretty good for fireworks and a celebration tonight.
Yeah, timing is looking great right now. I'm a little nervous, though, that the clouds might move in right around when the fireworks are happening. But as it stands currently, clear until right after midnight. Then we're going to see more clouds move in, and they're going to be packing a lot of moisture as well, which won't result in snow, but it'll feel really humid out there. We're at 8 degrees right now. We managed to get to a high of 9. Very calm winds, but those Chinook winds from earlier this week really helped get us that nice above seasonal temperature today. Quite a few watches and warnings right now, not impacting Calgary or southern Alberta directly, but that story could change as we get into the new year as well. But looking at your next 24 hours here, brought to you by 5th Avenue Volkswagen, family-owned, community-driven. Discover more at 5th Avenue Volkswagen. It's not going to be bitterly cold tonight, Terry, so we'll take that as a win. I'll have more on your New Year's Day forecast coming up.
Okay, thanks, Gina. A surprise step down in provincial politics. Rebecca Schultz announces she's quitting the UCP cabinet. When she plans to leave the legislature altogether is next. A A Calgary MLA and member of the UCP's cabinet has announced her resignation. In a social media post, Environment and Protected Areas Minister Rebecca Schultz says she is seeking new opportunities in her career. Schultz says she will resign from cabinet on Friday, but will continue to serve as an MLA until May. One political analyst says the decision to resign now could be about election preparedness.
The fact she's stepping down from cabinet now and giving government time to establish someone new in that portfolio in the lead up to a potential election, I think is likely what's going on behind the scenes.
A recall petition against Schultz has been collecting signatures since December 10th. Tabor-Warner MLA Grant Hunter will be sworn in as the new Environment Minister on Friday. All right, let's bring Gina back in for another look at the forecast. I mean, nice to close out 2025, but looking a little interesting, let's say, for the new year.
Maybe just don't get too confident when it comes to the road conditions for tomorrow after a couple nice days out there. Nice sunset right now, too, through our Skywatch weather camera. But yeah, we've been benefiting from Chinook winds for about 2 or 3 days now. So that's allowed for a lot of melt to happen on the road here. Winds, though, are starting to calm down. So we're in a bit of a transition now from this ridge of high pressure that's been allowing us to be above seasonal for the last couple of days here. We're going to return back to earth, back to more seasonal conditions by the time even early Thursday morning comes around. Still pretty breezy in areas like Lethbridge and Pincher Creek right now. That's allowing for these gorgeous, well above seasonal temperatures, but you can see it's a pretty fine line of where those temperatures are. Calgary, Lethbridge, Milk River, and then you see the cooler air just to the east. When we look more at central Alberta, it's cooling off as well. -6 in Red Deer right now, -10 over in Coronation. Now, a couple of areas are dealing with some watches and warnings that I'll show you in a minute, but tomorrow's highs, you can get the sense here of what I was talking about, things returning more to normal tomorrow temperature-wise with a high of -2. Normal high is usually -3, but here's a look at what the warning setup is right now. So we have some freezing rain warnings in the capital region and the surrounding areas, and then just to the east of Calgary, including parts of the Trans-Canada fog advisory in place. Now, these conditions aren't impacting these areas quite yet, but this is what's moving in this ridge of high pressure. This is the jet stream currently bringing in a lot of precipitation from the Pacific. And what's going to happen is this jet stream is going to keep going south. So that's going to create messy conditions for us in Calgary and southern Alberta as we get into tomorrow, and that'll continue for several days. The jet stream's being steered by a couple of low pressure systems in the Pacific. This one for the first couple of days more to the south, and then we see another trough develop over the Gulf of Alaska, and that's going to bring more cold air into southern Alberta, clashing with the moisture from the jet stream as well. So all this to say, pretty messy conditions, cloudy conditions, and cooler temperatures for the first couple of days of 2026. So you're going to see a lot of clouds in areas around Calgary over the next couple of days here, and those fog advisories could start moving more south as well. So commuters tomorrow, if you do have plans outside of the city, I would just be mindful of the road conditions. Take a look at what the forecast is before you head out those doors. Temperature-wise, though, it's very seasonal for tomorrow. And then, like we've seen in the upper air pattern there, cooler air starts to move in on Friday and holds through till Monday.
Thanks, Gina. Well, this was anything but a routine ride. Coming up, the Calgary cab driver being hailed a hero after a woman gave birth en route to the hospital. Calgary police now say the death of a man in the Northwest isn't believed to be suspicious in nature. Police were called to do a welfare check at a home in the 100 block of Citadel Crest Circle yesterday. An autopsy took place today, but police are releasing few details, saying the investigation is ongoing. Anyone with information is asked to contact them or Crime Stoppers. Calgary police are investigating an attempted kidnapping in Banff. On Saturday, December 13th, a family was leaving the Banff Christmas market. Police say several masked people accosted the family and tried to force a 44-year-old man into a vehicle. They were unsuccessful and took off. Police say the victim reported the incident after returning to Calgary. Investigators would like to speak to anyone who may have witnessed the attempted kidnapping. A Calgary taxi driver is being praised for helping bring a new baby girl into the world. On Saturday night, Hardeep Singh Tour picked up a pregnant woman who struggled to get into his checker cab. There was no time to wait for an ambulance, so with steady driving on icy streets, he got her and her companion to the Peter Lougheed Center safely. Before they got there, though, a baby girl was born in the back seat.
And I crossed McKnight before 3 blocks before Peter Lougheed, so she delivered the baby. This was a wonderful memory for my whole life, and it was a good Christmas.
Checker Camps calls Hardeep a true hero. A night to remember. Well, right now in Calgary, it's mostly cloudy and 8 degrees. We're going to check back in with Gina one final time after the break for a look at your forecast. Stay with us. All right, Gina, we did have a viewer message in saying, why does it matter if there's going to be clouds tonight with the fireworks?
Yeah, and it is a good question. You know, for the most part, the clouds just kind of obscure the vibrancy of the fireworks. But it's only when they get really low to the ground, like fog, where you get that risk of then delaying or even canceling the fireworks. And I don't see that risk. We're currently at 8 degrees right now. Actually, our high today was 9 degrees. We just peaked. We just got to that a little earlier during the show here, Terry, but it was a short-lived high of 9. 8 degrees currently and well above normal, but we get back to normal temperatures for that first day of 2026 with a high of -2. Some late day flurries possible on Thursday as well.
All right, thanks, Gina, and thank you all for joining us. Our 6 p.m. news is preempted tonight for the World Juniors Hockey Championship. Coming up next, the early edition of the CTV National News. But first, a look at all the people who help bring you the CTV Calgary News every day. Have a happy and safe New Year. Bye-bye.